Hello, I'm Scott Brown, Republican candidate for the United States Senate in New Hampshire. In these closing weeks of the 2014 campaign, Americans are realizing how much is actually on the line, especially when it comes to national security. We are at a dangerous moment for our country and for our friends. It's starting to feel like the world is on fire, with so many crises getting worse, so many adversaries gaining ground. In Iraq and Syria, an expansive territory larger than New England has now been lost to a terrorist army, ISIS. Our closest ally in the Middle East, Israel, faced rocket attacks by Hamas all summer long. In Iran, the extremist regime is still intent on building nuclear weapons. Ukraine, America's friends are dealing with belligerence from President Putin and the Russian army. In China, meanwhile, it's bullying its neighbors while also pressing ahead with a massive military buildup. So many challenges, so many threats and problems, and all at the same time. Yet the Obama administration seems only more confused as things actually unravel. This is what the world looks like without American leadership. So it's hardly surprising that national security is a central issue in this election. I believe our state deserves an independent senator who will put party loyalty aside and put our national interests first, each and every time. Rather than simply voting and supporting the failed policies of President Obama over 99% of the time. Like many Republicans, I'm running to restore American leadership. And how about start by protecting our own borders? As you've heard, ISIS thugs have been threatening for months to send people here to kill Americans unless their demands are met. Well, a porous border is an obvious pathway for terrorists to get in here. And yet, all we've heard from this administration is more talk of amnesty by executive decree and after the election. Let's not kid ourselves. When the enemies of our country are planning attacks and our leaders in Washington are planning amnesty, something is definitely wrong. We have to get serious about guarding this nation's borders and enforcing this nation's laws. Second, we need to reverse the direction and the drawdown of our defense. We have seen a military reduction that's massive. Personnel everywhere, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines are being affected by it. We're now on track to have a smaller Army than it was before the Second World War. At a time when so much is expected of our military, we need to give it all the manpower, all the equipment, and all the support it needs to succeed in each and every mission. And then they need to come back safely. We owe that much at least to the people who defend us. Third, we need to keep faith with those American veterans. The VA administration has been an outrageous failure under this administration. Even as the federal government tries taking over our whole healthcare system, it can't even deliver on the most basic promise to take care of our veterans. Well, this election is a moment of accountability, not just at the VA, but all across the federal government. In every part of America, people have deep worries about national security and border security. And all this when so many are still worried about job and economic security. Yet we're asked to believe that this is the best that America can do. I don't believe it. I don't accept that defeatist attitude for one moment, and neither should you. We can secure our border. We can maintain military superiority that no rival will dare to question. We can restore this great country's leadership in the world, and everything rides on our success. And as you know, the president recently said that he's not on the ballot, but his entire agenda is. I agree with him. And that's your invitation to send the clearest possible message to the establishment in Washington. Elect Republicans to the House and Senate, and we will bring that big government agenda to an end. And we will set this country on a better path. This is Scott Brown in New Hampshire. Thank you for listening.